Martha Cory was born on an unknown date, possibly between 1645 to 1655. Her parents are unknown. She married her first husband, Henry Rich, around 1680 and had a son named Thomas with him. Sadly, Henry died around 1685, and Martha would soon remarry to Giles Cory, a wealthy farmer living in Salem Witch. Much of Martha's early life is a mystery. There are rumors that she had a mixed-race son at some point prior to her marriage to Giles or Henry Rich. The child was believed to be born around 1677 to 1678, but no primary sources have shown proof of the child, and Martha was admitted into the Salem Village Church in April 1690 as a full covenant member of the church. Her son Thomas was baptized not long after, and historian Mary Beth Norton writes about this in The Devil's Snare, stating, acceptance into the church, given her personal background and the exclusivity of church membership in Salem Village, must have sent tongues wagging. On at least one other occasion in the 17th century New England, the admission to church membership of a woman with a checkered sexual past fomented an uproar among her neighbors. The same could well have happened in the case of Martha Cory, causing speculation about the validity of her repeated adherence to Christianity. Martha was suspected on charges of witchcraft since March 12, 1692, after Edward Putnam and Ezekiel Cheever were bewildered after a visit to the Cory household, during which Martha remarked, "Have you come to see what clothes I'm wearing?" And after a visit to the Putnam household by Martha herself, Ann Putnam Jr. and Mercy Lewis claimed that Martha's specter was tormenting them and roasting the body of a man on a spit. The complaint was filed, but she could not be arrested until Monday, so the whole congregation gave her sharp looks during the Sunday service. The afflicted complained to Martha Spector the whole time, and eventually Martha exclaimed that I am a gospel woman, and it would be unpardonable for a gospel woman to do such things. She was arrested on March 21st, 1692, and questioned in the Salem Village meeting house after the crowd at Ingersoll's became too much. During her examination, Martha repeatedly asked to go to prayer, which was denied, and when asked if she was a witch, she said, I am an innocent person. I never had to do with witchcraft since I was born. I am a gospel woman. When at the end of her examination, she was asked, why did you say if you were a witch, you should have no pardon? And Martha Cory replied, because I am a woman. Martha professed her innocence while the afflicted screamed and writhed as they were joined by adult accusers. The Sheba Pope threw a muff at Martha, and later a shoe. Martha was sent to the Salem jail and later transferred to the Boston jail on the 12th of April, 1692. Her husband, Giles Cory, submitted a statement against her, suspecting her of bewitching his cat and Knox and keeping it for praying. It's possible that the Corys had an unhappy marriage, but this is only a theory. But Martha did get the last laugh when Giles was arrested in April 1692 on charges of witchcraft and joined her in the jail. Martha languished between the Boston and Salem jails for almost 6 months by the time she was brought to trial. Most of the evidence came from the afflicted girls and Ann Putnam regarding her accusations in March, plus a few testimonies from over the summer. She was convicted and condemned on September 8, 1692, and was excommunicated a few days later from the Salem Village Church. When Martha was finally executed on September 22nd, the event was recorded by Robert Califf in his book, More Wonders in the Invisible World. He wrote that Martha Cory, wife to Giles Cory, professed her innocency and concluded her life with eminent prayer upon the latter. Martha was one of 8 people hanged on the 22nd of September, 1692. She is one of the most forgotten victims of the witch trials, despite being accused so early on. The first 3 people arrested on March 1st and Rebecca Nurse on the 24th have gone down more in history than she has. And it also doesn't help that much of her early life is shrouded in mystery. Martha was formally cleared of all charges in 1711 by proclamation and restored church membership. Her son Thomas petitioned for restitution later on her behalf, but there's scant record of what happened to him after. Martha Cory is honored with 4 memorials, 1 in Danvers, 1 in Peabody, and 2 in Salem. I hope you guys enjoyed.